There are many benefits of tokenization and different ways to explain them, so I'm going to give it a shot here. One of the things tokenization does is that it replaces sensitive data with unique identifiers, offering several advantages. Here are 5 that I came up with. Enhanced security. Tokenization reduces the risk of data breaches by replacing sensitive information like credit card numbers with non-sensitive tokens, making stolen data useless to attackers or anybody who steals that from you. Also, compliance simplification. It also helps meet regulatory standards like PCI DSS, GDPR by minimizing the storage of sensitive data, reducing the scope and cost of compliance audits. Also, reduced risk or reduced fraud risk. Tokens are meaningless outside their specific ecosystem, lowering the chance of fraudulent transactions if intercepted. Also, operational efficiency. Tokenization enables secure data sharing and processing without exposing sensitive information, streamlining operations and payment systems or data analytics, and also it helps create customer trust by safeguarding personal and financial data. Tokenization builds confidence in businesses, encouraging customer loyalty and engagement. And this is just some of the stuff that you can do with tokenization. But I came across a video that I thought did a really good job of explaining how large businesses and enterprises are going to be using tokenization for business to benefit them and the rest of us. Now, I know the concept of tokenization is still new to most people, and we're all going to need to wrap our head around it because there's so many ways you can use it, even some that I haven't even thought of myself, and I can't tell you that I honestly understand them all just yet, but I get the general idea, and I hope this helps you get the same idea to begin to understand the huge benefits of this. Keep in mind, this keeps the value tradable, sellable, buyable 24/7, 365. So the velocity of money is going to be a lot faster when you tokenize things like real estate, for example. And here's an example, just to kind of get you prepped for the video. Smoke put together this nice post here. It says, wealth managers are urgently explaining the concept of tokenization to their clients. Crypto is now mainstream asset class and offers the best opportunity for long-term price appreciation. This video reveals why crypto will create the world's first trillionaires. It says, listen closely. So I want to share that video with you. But it's true. People are going to be able to be wealthy so quickly. I want you to keep in mind, and I wrote down a few examples from this video that I wanted you to kind of focus on. They're going to talk about tokenizing a condo at $10 per share or per token, allowing people to own a piece of a condo. Maybe not a whole condominium within the complex, but a piece of it, and then you get to profit as they profit. Also, you'll be able to own music, profit sharing for songs if you're a fan. Every time that song gets played, you're going to own a little bit of it and make some money on it. Also, you can protect your identity, as I just spoke about earlier, and things like driver's licenses, social security numbers, and cards, birth certificates, passports, medical records, and academic records, to name a few, deeds and titles as well. So these are some of the things that you need to focus on that are going to be a real value, not just in terms of owning crypto right now so that it goes up, but the blockchain, cryptocurrencies and the blockchain are going to enable the rest of us to monetize what money we have and grow so much easier, so much faster. Transfers of titles to some of these condos that are going to be tokenized are going to happen quickly. Now, you don't have to wait a week or 30 days. It's going to happen quickly because it's already verified on the blockchain. You won't even need a title company. But I think the video does a really good job of explaining it. It's a little bit fast, so I want you to pay close attention. You can always slow it down here on TikTok or play it over and over if you like. But this is one of the coolest videos I've seen on tokenization that I think begins to help us wrap our minds around it. So check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. We will see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios amigos.
Tokenized piece of real estate was done in 2018, a condo in New York City, where they took a $30 million building and tokenized it, selling shares for $10 a piece, turning an illiquid expensive asset into a highly liquid inexpensive asset, demonetized, democratized for the first time, the largest asset in the world, which is real estate.
2018.
Aspen was tokenized a year later. Dubai's been tokenizing properties ever since. Everybody's tokenizing everything right now. They're all getting in on the act. With tokenization, we already have $11 billion of what's called real world assets that have been tokenized from 100 different issuers around the world. And they're tokenizing every asset class. And you're all familiar with NFTs, non-fungible tokens, from the Bored Apes Yacht Club to Crypto Kitties, you name it. The NBA has launched their own NFTs called Top Shots, Dolce & Gabbana, Burberry, Tiffany. They're all selling digital versions of their clothing. Why would they do that? Well, consider Fortnite. 500 million accounts, 2 million people are using Fortnite on a daily basis. The company earns $5 billion a year in revenue, and all of that revenue comes from the sale of NFTs. Nike sneakers. That pair sells for $8.99. You got to dress up your avatar. You can buy event tickets with blockchain technology. Each seat is an NFT. The biggest recording artists have all been selling their music catalogs for hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're doing this because the companies that are buying that music is going to take the songs, turn them into NFTs. You'll be able to buy a piece of the song. So the next time you hear Taylor Swift, you'll not only be a fan of hers, you will receive a piece of the royalty whenever it's played on Spotify, turning fans into owners. You'll be able to do the same thing with the contracts of your favorite professional athlete, Hollywood star, Broadway performer. We're going to be using this technology for virtual and augmented reality, advertising, content creation, gaming, gambling, social media. And then there's the physical conversions. Why are we carrying our driver's licenses in our pockets and purses? Why carry the piece of paper? Why isn't that a digital file as an NFT that is more secure and easily transferable when necessary? So driver's licenses, passports, medical records, employment records, academic records, deeds and titles, safety maintenance records, your house. Your clients have a massive part of their net worth in their home. They reach retirement. They don't want to sell the house and downsize, but they need more income. You take that $1 million house and you tokenize it. You turn it into 1 million tokens of $1 each. Now you can sell them as you wish, turning your house into a liquid tradable asset. You'll be able to do the same thing with salaries. There are some professional athletes already doing this. McKinsey says the global market is going to be $2 trillion by the end of the decade. The Boston Consulting Group says it's going to be $16 trillion by the end of the decade. Crypto is now a major asset class, and it offers the best opportunity for long-term price appreciation. JP Morgan says by the end of the decade, Bitcoin will be 150,000. Coinpedia says 350. Matt Hogan of Bitwise says 1 million by the end of the decade. Jack Dorsey says 1 million. Alliance Bernstein says 1 million. Kathy Wood of ARK says 2.5 million. And Michael Saylor says Bitcoin will be $5 million by the end of the decade. He says it'll be 13 million by 2035. AGB says that crypto is going to produce the world's first trillionaires over the next 10 years.